Hello, Zuko here. If you don't know, my name is Jess, but I go by Zimmy on the internet because one time I was 15. So today, I'm a vampire. I've chosen this video to be annoying. I had these teeth in. If they get lipstick on them, no they don't. Yeah, I'm gonna film this whole video with these teeth in my mouth. They're not gonna add anything to the video because I'm sure you won't be able to see them. But I'm committed to the bit enough that I did my makeup, and then I kind of gave up on clothes because I couldn't find things I wanted to wear. I look like a vampire. Do I look undead? Do I look like I could kill a man? Probably not as much as I would have liked to. Okay, so today I wanted to recommend to you all the spooky October reads. I know it's already halfway almost through the month, but I wanted to recommend some of the spooky reads that I have read and enjoyed to you so that you can read and enjoy them if you would like to. I don't really have categories for this, but mostly it's YA horror as that's kind of what I've read more of. I'm not saying I love YA horror, but you might. Not all of these are actual horror stories. Some of these are creepy, some of these are just maybe gory, some of these are just kind of fun. It's kind of just the vibe. There's some YA, there's a few adult, there's some graphic novels. Let's just jump right into it. We're gonna start with the graphic novels that I've read that kind of have a Halloween vibe. They're not scary. I don't read dark adult graphic novels, but here are some fun graphic novels that you could read in October if you so choose. I'm gonna die with these teeth in. The first one is Mooncakes by Wendy and Suzanne Walker. This is a fun queer witchy book with a very cute style. The main characters are a witch and a werewolf. One of them is non-binary. One of them uses hearing aids. I believe there are demons in this book, they're trying to fight monsters or something. I liked the diversity. I don't completely remember the plot because I read this last year, but I know that it was super cute and I enjoyed it. Next is, of course, Pumpkinheads by Rowell, a graphic novel, I believe also either written or the art by Erin Hicks. This, again, super cute art style. This is about two friends who are doing their last year working at the local pumpkin patch in the fall. They only hang out during the fall, and next year they're both going away to different colleges. And this is about them kind of on a journey to find the girl that the main boy likes. And they have just a whole adventure on this giant pumpkin patch, and it seems truly so much fun. I would love to go there. Yeah, this book is super cute, and I totally recommend it if you want a fun, cute Halloween read. The most recent one that I've read is The Witch Boy by Molly Nox Ostertag, or just Molly Ostertag, I don't remember. But that's what's on the cover. This is about a magical community where boys do shape-shifting magic and women do spells and more nature magic. And it is about a boy who obviously wants to do nature magic and be a witch instead of a shapeshifter, and all of the conflicts that come with that. There are 3 books in this series, I believe, and I only have this one, but it was super cute and I recommend it. One of my favorite really weird authors for Halloween is Neil Gaiman. This is Coraline. This is the Graveyard book. I read Coraline every year for Halloween. I've read the Graveyard book once and I really liked it. These both just have really weird and whimsical magical realism, just eerie vibes, but they're not, I wouldn't say really scary, but they're just creepy and unsettling. They're so fun for Halloween month. I super recommend them. I'm pretty sure at this point you know what Coraline is about. The Graveyard book is about a kid who, when he is an infant, his family is murdered, and he wanders off into the graveyard, and the ghosts see him, and they adopt him, so he kind of becomes more ghost, I guess, than boy. And the man who killed his family realizes that he missed something, and he goes back after the boy, and it's kind of this whole thing. It was very fun, and I definitely recommend it. Okay, first for my adult horror books, I have The Luminous Dead by Starling. This is a isolation horror novel set in a world where all the planets are kind of lacking resources except in these huge underground cave systems, but the caves are super dangerous, so people volunteer to make a lot of money to go into the caves and get the resources, but a lot of them don't come back out. So the main character, Gyre, sets off on one of these missions, expecting to have a whole team and everything on the other side of their headset, and it's just this one woman named M. And M is funding and running this whole mission, and everything just seems off to Gyre. So this is fear of the unknown, and fear of being alone, and fear of being confined. It's very she's just trapped in a cave system. And it was a very good book. This is also queer. Next on my adult horror is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This book is a weird mystery thriller. It's not like a whodunit mystery. It's just a mystery. So in this world, there is a old director who was making all these really obscure films that were really hard to find. The main character wants to find him, essentially. I believe that the director's daughter died, and there's mystery surrounding that as well. So it's just this big hunt to figure out what happened to the director's daughter, and what happened to the director, and where he is and why he isn't making movies anymore. It was a very weird book, and if you don't like not knowing all of the answers, I would say stay away from this book, which is me. But I enjoyed the ride, even if I didn't love the ending. So I have this, and I recommend it, but it is long. It also has like bits in it where there are like photographs and stuff. There used to, I think, also be a website you could go to or an app, but I don't think they still exist. So yeah, that's this. Lastly, for like an adult Halloween read, there is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is a dark academia book set in a world where everybody at this prestigious school, it's some Ivy League school, I think. I don't know anything about Ivy League schools. It's like Harvard or Yale or something. Let's find out. Yale, okay. This takes place in a version of Yale where every like house, I think, there specializes in a different kind of magic. And there's dark magic, obviously, because it's dark academia. Macademia. Okay, everyone specializes in like a kind of like secret magic there. I know people are found murdered here, and I don't remember why. So I need to reread this book, but not today. But I do recommend it if you like dark academia, but just I want to warn everybody that there's trigger warning for rape in this book, and I just want you to go in prepared. Okay, and now on to YA, where I think all of these are queer, so if that bothers you, I'm so sorry. I'm not really sorry. The first book that I would recommend is if you want like a more fun Halloween read rather than so much creepy, and that would be Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This is about a trans boy who wants to prove to his family that he is a real man, and he ends up summoning the ghost of a kid from his school who apparently had been murdered. And it is all about them trying to find that kid's murderer. It's a whole thing. This book is super cute. It's very fun. I really recommend it. It was just such a fun book, and I super recommend it if you want a fun, kind of more lighthearted, I guess, Halloween book, but trigger warnings in this one for transphobia. The next books are more for people who are into the YA horror thing that's going on right now, where this is The Dead in the Dark by Courtney Gold, Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand, and The River Has Teeth by Erica Waters. These are all books set in weird, like, small towns where one day someone goes missing and or a body is found, where the main characters have some kind of connection, obviously, to the character who is no longer there, and they need to find out whoever or whatever is harming people. The Dead in the Dark features the main character, Logan, whose dad used to live in this small town called Snakebite, but they left because it was homophobic as hell, and they are TV ghost hunters. Like, her dads are TV ghost hunters. This one was super fun. Totally recommend it. The River Has Teeth is about a witchy family who kind of lives in this bayou on this river, and the river is almost a character of its own, but the main character, Della's mom, has been turning into a river siren, and she worries that her mom is the one who is killing all of these people. And then there's another main character who I believe is named Natasha, and her sister has gone missing, so she goes to Della and Della's magical family for help. So Della has to hide the fact that her mom may have been the one to kill Natasha's sister. And then there is Sawkill Girls. This is about a family who moves to a, like, small island town where people have been going missing kind of quietly. Girls have been going missing for a long time. And they're finally ready to get to the mystery of where everybody keeps disappearing to and why when the main character's sister disappears. And lastly for this year, I feel like this is like a genuinely like creepy YA horror, which I don't say often because I feel like as a society we're not super great at actually like making horror that stays through the entire book. You know, it's not consistent. Like, the first half of a Stephen King book is always really good and suspenseful, and then the second half is just like, I guess. And that would be House of Hollows by Crystal Sutherland. This is a book about 3 sisters who one day vanish in thin air while they're walking home on, I believe, New Year's Eve. They're walking home with their parents and they disappear for a month. And when they come back, something's off about them. There's a whole bunch of mystery surrounding that. And then their father, unable to cope with the fact that he feels like something is wrong with his daughters, takes his own life. And it is just a whole thing. This book was creepy. It was well written. I really liked the story. Maybe this won't be for you, but it really was for me, and I love this book, so I'm pushing it as much as I can. This is a super good, like, just eerie book, and it really got the vibe for me. So yeah. And yeah, those are all of the books right now that I've read that have like the horror elements that I've enjoyed. Let me know down below either books that give you a very strong Halloween vibe or like felt genuinely creepy to you, because I would love to know. Also vampire books, good vampire books, let me know down below about those too. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope these teeth weren't too annoying for you, and I will see you whenever I do my next video.